Peace, 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 people. I am live and direct. I am Queen Bee. My name is Melinda, and this is Numeralytics. I want to welcome you guys to my channel. I realize I haven't been going live in quite some time. But I wanted to just real quick, let me get this thing behind me. Come live. It's okay if no one's here, because I know it's New Year's Eve, and I know people have plans and they're out and about doing what they need to do, which is fine. So you guys can just catch this whenever you catch it. Hopefully you can hear me. Not sure what's going on with this microphone. But what I really want to do today is just first of all, I want to say happy, prosperous one universal year to everybody. We are entering into the one universal year tomorrow. We do have some forecast for you here at Numeralytics, so look forward to those being uploaded for tomorrow. So you're going to be able to look at the astronumerology forecast and a bit of an astrological transit forecast that I put together for the family for next year. So hopefully you guys enjoy those. But what I did come on to do was just kind of talk to you a little bit about the new website, and about some of the new products that we have to make sure everyone is aware of what we have. You're aware that we have a new website, so we have a new hub that we want everyone to use when they're coming to check us out at Numeralytics. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you like this and share it with somebody. All right, so I'm just going to share the site real quick. Let me grab my screen. And then I'm just going to go over it real quick, and then I'll be getting out of here so I can get on with my night as well. All right, let me share. And I realize no one's on, and that's okay. But we do welcome anybody that wants to come along on. You're quite welcome. Okay, let's see. Okay, guys, so this is my new site. It's numeralytics.net. And we are the AAA to the soul's journey. I don't want to get too much into this first page other than to let you know that you can click this button here to get to our Frequency Fashion Lab, where we are currently running a sale for, I think it's 10% off. So you can come here and shop your frequency or shop a design that resonates with you. And it's 10% off right now if you use the code LWL 2025. That was for Live with Lloyd when I was on his show the other day. So this discount is to his audience, but I'm extending it to any audience that checks me out here. You can come here and shop your frequency. So we have right now the numbers 1 and 2, and then we have our other featured frequency, positive frequency messaging. So we have our Queens Up brand, we have our Kings Up brand on here, we have our Royalty Rules, which is Royalty Rules is respect, uplift, love, empower, and support. We also have a version of Royalty Rules that stands for righteous, universal love, energy, and spirit. And then we have the We Are the Bag shirts and sweatshirts. Let me go to the next page. Okay, there it goes. So we have our We Are the Bag shirts. That's Black American Greats. And then we have our Kings Up. You see some Kings Up and Queens Up merch. I do have some old Numeralytics merch up here with our old logo, which is just a classic logo, the OG. And then we got our Kings Up, Queens Up, our Justice on Earth, peace, love, and happiness. There's mugs, So everything on this site is 10% off. So you can come shop the site. Let me close that. And purchase something that you need to get. Okay, so you can get there by going to the Frequency Fashion Lab here on the website. And then what you can also do is you can book a session with me by clicking this button. It'll take you to our sessions page. But what I really wanted to do is come over and show you guys what we have. So I did do a lot in my one personal year. I created some astronumerology birthday cards, which are very cool. So we'll look at Aquarius because this is the one that's up. Okay, the cards are $11.50, and they're really cool cards. You can see this is for an Aquarius person born on a date that adds up to one. So that's an Aquarius born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of the month. This would be for you. Okay, and it's going to have all of your significations for your sign. This is the back of the card. Okay, so it's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful idea, gift for a birthday present, a office present, or whatever office card. And then inside it has a blessing and some more keywords for you for your sign. Okay, so we have every sign, obviously, and every number with the frequency 1 through 9, and then also for the master number 11 and the master number 22. We also made a special card for you. So let me grab one here in person. So here's Libra, which I don't know why I don't see this up here, but it's up here. So this is the Libra card. Okay. So we have every sign, every number. Also, again, like I said, we included the master numbers here. So if you want to get a birthday card for someone you love, this is the place to do it. Okay. And then we also have cosmic cubs that will accompany your birthday card. Okay. So I'll just pull one up. This is the Gemini forebear. There we go. Now you can see them nice and close. Okay. So it'll give you your astronumeric descriptor, which is your sign and your number together. Okay, these are called cosmic cubs, and it'll give you your planet and a little keyword for you. So these are cute for kids or for, the kid that never grew up like me. I love teddy bears. And you can also come here to the site to purchase your journals. So we have our air, fire, earth, and water sign journals for our balance and elemental energy. So you can come here to make it very easy for you to purchase the journal. Okay, and then let's get into the calculator because this is what I really wanted to show you guys. So if anyone doesn't know what their numbers are, if you don't know your core numbers, um, you can come to the website and look at our whammy calculator. So we have a calculator that I created, which I have created these as aspects for numerology. So we'll look at your 5 core numbers and we'll look at them as aspects. So we'll look at them and see how they work in conjunction with each other. Okay. So this is pretty cool. So I'll just like put a example in. You can use either alphabet. You can use the Pythagorean or the Chaldean. I'm going to use the Chaldean alphabet. And let's just put in, let's do Sean Combs. I don't know if I know his year of birth. Let's see if I can get Puffy's birthday year. And I'll just put my email in. You do need to put your email address in if you want to get this. We don't sell your information. Let me get Puffy's date of birth. Hold on. I know it's November 4th, but I just don't know what year. So let's get Puffy's whammy. So he's November 4th, 1969. Okay. So let's get his core numbers. All right. Sean Combs, we got all that in right. So his core numbers are his soul urge is a 4, just like his frequency. His expression is a master number 33. And I find that really interesting, that's his expression under the Chaldean system. His life path is a 22, so he's a master number 22 life path, and his birthday number is a 4. So when we look down here, so when you want to get your whammy, you put your information in, it'll generate the whammy for you. But then you need to come down here and hit calculate it if you want to get the results. And as you can see, when you hit calculate, all these results come up for you. Now, again, this is going to be 4 out of your 5 core numbers. So, I really am looking out for us this year, guys. I want you guys to know your numbers. Even if you just get this whammy and get your basic numbers and just get a basic understanding of them, that's going to even be better for you than not knowing them at all this year. So make sure you come here to get your whammy. You can get your core numbers. It's your soul urge, your expression, your life path, and your individual frequency, which is your birthday number. And these are put together like aspects, so it's kind of telling you how they interact with each other. Okay, so we've pulled up Puff Daddy's numbers, and look, all his numbers are a bunch of feminine energy, all feminine numbers. Um, and his planets are here. So he's got 3 Uranus and 1 Venus, 3 air, 1 earth, structure, order, master builder, structure, order, master healer, teacher. Now, this is giving you, like the positive signature, but there's always a negative to the numbers. Um, and not saying that he's completely negative because Puffy has done a lot for for hip hop, I'll say. I won't always agree with how he treated all his artists and didn't pay them. And I don't care about his personal life at all. But it just shows you the numbers will show you kind of how people, how they'll react to things. So when we look at Puffy, Puffy wants, he really does want structure and order, but he wants it in his own way. Uh, He's disciplined, he's crafty, and he does, have integrity, so that's the positive strengths of his 4. And then but the challenges there are he could be rigid, pessimistic, and antisocial, and he needs to balance structure with flexibility. Now as far as his, abilities, that's his expression, that's his destiny, so that's what he's really here to do. He's here to heal, teach, and show unconditional love. But instead, I feel like he's working on a negative side of that number, so that could bring gossip, scandal, miscommunication, um, jealousy, envy, a yellow streak. Like these are the negatives to that. And it also can bring how the 33 will bring healing and unconditional love on a negative side. It'll bring just the opposite of that. So trauma, and love that comes with conditions. So we see that through a lot of his interactions, through the cases that he's going through and all that. So very interesting. So then what we do with the whammy, let's just like look at the inner numerology aspect. So this is the fun part. So this lets you know, do your wants align with what your abilities are? So is what you want to do, is that what you're able to do? And are you able to do what you want to do? That's what this first aspect question answers. So for Puffy, his are conflicting. His wants and his abilities are in conflict. They require balance. So those are conflicting. And then the same with his abilities and his must, because his numbers are all 4s and a 6. And what's so interesting about that, the 4 and 6 are opposition numbers. So he's got some opposition within himself. And it could be, part of the way that he exhibits his behavior. I don't know. Um, but the second question that the numerology aspect answers is, do your abilities support what you must do? Okay. So our life path is what we must do. Our abilities are talents, gifts naturally that we get through our name. That's our expression. And with Puffy, again, that's conflicting for him. So that does require him to do some balancing acts. Okay. And heal past traumas so you can get past these things that are like preventing you from doing what you want to do and what you must do. And then the third question that our whammy numerology aspect answers are, do your wants align with what you must do? So is what you want to do in alignment with what you must do, which you have to learn before you leave. So for Puffy, his are in alignment, they're harmonic because they're pretty much the same. I think his life path is a 22 and his soul urge is a 4. So they're on the same plane, so that it's amplified. So that could mean that he does have intensified mental activity, but he is very strategic with his insight. So we do see that of him, right? And then the last three questions have to do with your individual frequency and how that aligns with what you want to do, what you must do, and what your abilities are. So, does your individual frequency align with what you want to do? And for puffy, they do. It's harmonic. Again, it's the same thing. It's amplified, it's intensified mental activity, and strategic insight on a positive note. Does his individuality support what he must do? It does, because they're the same number. So it supports each other. But again, it's double energy, it's amplified energy. So it can either be mean intensified mental activity or strategic insight. So these are the types of things that the whammy answers. And then the last question that the whammy answer is, does your individuality match your abilities? So, does your individual frequency match your destiny? Does it match what you want to do? What you can do. So for Puffy, these are conflicting again because again, he only has fours and sixes throughout his whammy when we use the Chaldean system of numerology. So he is in conflict with this. And again, it's transformational, but it's requires balance. So it requires him to do healing work. It requires balance. So this is the whammy. So again, you can see what's harmonic, what's complementary, what's neutral, what's conflicting. And again, just to let you know, there are more than four. Right here, I give you four on the website. There are actually five core numbers that affect you numerologically speaking. So you get with me for a session, you get all your five core numbers, and you don't just get the numbers and the breakdown. You do get your whammy like this. You will get this, but you will get the background information behind it throughout the session. We will discuss everything. We will discuss the ins and outs of of the numbers that come up in your whammy, so the positive and the negative aspects of them, and how they kind of shown up in your life over the years. That's what the sessions entail. So this is very interesting, and then you can just come down here to book a session. So this is the whammy calculator, guys. So I really want all of us in the community to be spiritually equipped next year. So that starts with knowing thyself, right? So you have to know thyself. So you have to come here and get your numerology aspects so you can know thyself. And then this is a really cool feature. This is the last thing I'm going to go over on the site before I get out of here. We have a cosmic calendar. So I do have a free version of the calendar here. And the free version of the calendar provides you with the universal energy. So because I want and then here you can read this on your own, but this just tells you what the universal numbers mean. And so whatever energy it is, this is what you should be focusing on. And then it'll also tell you who the universal day favors. So this is cool. So you can come here and look this up. So um, let me just look up a date. So we're going into the new year. So let me just put January 1st, since that's tomorrow and that's the new year. So you just put the date that you want in and you hit reveal, and then it'll give you the universal energy. Now, we are in somewhat of an 11-2 universal month, but it really is a straight two. But depending on how you look at it, it can have that 11 energy. So we're going into a one universal year. It'll be a two universal month. And that day, tomorrow, is going to be a three universal day. So again, the year is telling us to plant our seeds, start fresh, have a new beginning, choose our direction and what we want to do, and move first, act first, think later. This is kind of one of those act first, think laters where you might want to think first, act later. But in a one, you want to act first. Like if you know something you want to do, act on it. Just start getting it together. And as you go through it, you'll gain the clarity and the momentum, you know, while you're acting, while you're doing the thing and being productive. So that's the whole idea of that one. And then the month will be a germination month. It'll be a 2 month, but it's also not just a germination month. It's a universal download month. So we're all going to be experiencing spiritual downloads this month. Are you going to be quiet enough to tune into them? You got to quiet yourself down so you can tune into your spiritual downloads so you can receive them when they come through. So be on the lookout for that. And then when you do get those spiritual downloads, those are for you to act upon immediately. So immediately start putting them into action and start working on them. And then throughout the month, you will find times where you need to um, germinate and take rest and do some statistics, take stock in what you have going on, and do the small detail work on that thing. And then the day itself is the number 3 day. So that of course that's a Jupiter day, number 3 day, and it's a Thursday. So it's a double Jupiter day. So that's pretty interesting. So that's going to be time for expansion, for social contact, social networking. Of course, it's the first day of the year. So, when you want to be self expressive, you want to be positive, you want to expand yourself, let your ideas breathe, speak your ideas into existence. Be careful not to scatter or waste your energy into a lot of directions. You want to kind of pick your direction and you want to stick to it. And then, of course, always remember that your voice, we make spells when we talk, so make sure you're speaking blah, blah, positively. There you go. That's the word. Make sure you speak positively about yourself, about others, about those that you love. Speak positivity into people in 2026. No more negative talk and speaking down on people and gossiping about people. And be careful because that three energy does bring gossip and scandal. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that or scattering your energy. So for the first day of the year, that day is going to be resonating with Pisces or Sagittarius, or if you're born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. So these are the people in the energy that is going to favor. So this is why I want you guys to make sure you're visiting the website every day. So even if you don't know your personal energy, come get what the universal day is. That can even help you. That'll help you see who's winning of the day, who's going to be attracted to you that day, who you might end up talking to that day. I'll tell you, once you start tuning into your frequency and your numbers, you really do attract these things. So it's really something to see, and you're doing it anyway. But wouldn't you want to rather know that you're doing it rather than not know? So that's what the whole thing is about, to come get a session, come get your numbers, get your core numbers, get your angel numbers, check which days are the best days for you to do things. And then what we do, you can unlock the full cosmic calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and hit unlock full cosmic calendar. And then this will bring you to a registration page where you will need to register and make a payment of $5. It's $5 per month for the calendar subscription. And once you register, so I'm not going to register because I already have one in here. So I'm just going to go to the login page and see if I can log in. Um, I hope this works because I don't know what I put the password as. Let's see if that password that might not work. Okay, so if that didn't work, I know what it is. Okay, I think because I want you to see this full calendar because this is really the bread and butter. You know what? It's not working. Let me go into the other calendar. Hold on. Let me stop sharing for a second. You don't need to look at that nonsense on the screen. So I want to say peace and love to the Queen Quintella and her standing. Queen, thank you so much for tuning in to the live. I really haven't gone live in a while. Usually I love doing lives, and lives are where I kind of flourish because I love interacting with you guys and kind of getting your questions and being able to answer stuff on the fly for you guys. So I do want to thank you for being here on the live. Um, and shout out to you for being here. So let me just move this over to a new tab, to a new window, I mean. And then I'm going to share this because I can get into it over here because I want you guys to see how the calculator works so you can see if you want to make a subscription to it. Um, okay. Give me 1 second. Let me go to the page and then I'll reshare the screen. But I do want to thank you, Queen, for being here. I do realize it's a holiday. But what I do want to tell you is um we do have what do we have? We have a lot of forecasts coming out for you tomorrow. So make sure, Quintella, you and baby girl tune in because it's important for her to notice energy too. So make sure you guys tune in to the forecast. I have a couple of them coming tomorrow. And then I might go live later on in the weekend to do the personal energy forecast for people, and I might do that one live so people can ask questions. But please be subscribed to the channel, share it with the people that you love and all that, because this year I am going to be going very hard on the channel, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. And I need your support, and I need you guys to hear the messages that I'm giving. Because a lot of people are doing, they do this stuff, and, I don't talk negatively about anyone else, and I really do wish everyone well. I do, and I support a lot of people. I support everybody around me, and I want us to all succeed. And when I say I want us to all succeed, that means you guys. That means you, Quintuela. That means everyone that's a subscriber on my channel. I want you to be empowered. I want you to succeed. Okay. I want you to know your numbers. And I want to be able to guide you through things that you need help with. If you need help figuring out certain energies or why certain things are happening, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So I want you guys to make sure that you, boy, I hope it didn't do that. Hold on, let me preview it. That's what I need to do because it's giving me the raw calculator. Okay, here we go. So this is the full cosmic calendar tool. So as you've seen, the first one just shows you the universal energy. This one will give you your personal energy along with the universal energy. So how when I do my forecast and I'm doing an up cycle, this will give you your universal and your personal energy. And then what you can do is, once you put your birthday in, excuse me, it's going to give you your personal energy factor, which is the factor that determines your personal energy. And then it's going to give you your up cycle. So it's going to give you what the universe is doing, and then it's going to give you what you should be doing. So I'm going to put, let's put Puffy in. I'll put Puffy in real quick. And I don't know if he has something going on, but let's just see what energy he's going to be in next year. So I'll just do like January 5th to see. So I got Puffy's birthday in here. So you put the date of birth over here, and the day that you want to know the energy for, you put there, and you hit calculate, and then it will do its magic. So Puffy is a personal energy factor 6. Okay. He is, so that also means that was his first pinnacle. And that's interesting. I might have to do a separate show about this because now that I'm looking at this number, that's very interesting. Um, so anyway, so he'll be in a one, so of course we'll all be in a one universal year. January is a 2 universal month, and that day that I picked, the 5th, is going to be a 7 universal day. But Puffy is going into a 7 universal year, so he's going to be in a critical cycle next year. So January will be an 8 month for him, and that's going to be a 22 master number 22 personal day for him, which is his life path, and it's his life path number. It's also his individual frequency, but not the master number part, just the 4. So yeah, so down here it'll give you the up cycle guidance. It'll tell you the universal and personal, and then it'll give you the up year. So to give the month, I mean the year, in the year for the universal and personal. So course 1 for the universe, Puffy will be in a reflection 7 personal cycle. Okay. His universal personal month cycle will be a 2 universal month with an 8 personal month. His day will be a 7 day with a 22 personal day. So then it'll come down here, and it gives you all your guidance here. And then it'll come down here. You'll get your universal day, who it favors. It'll give you the attraction resonance for you for that day. It'll tell you what, the moon will be in Leo that day. Of course, I pick a day where the moon's in Leo. Um, so anyway, I know I got distracted there. Um, so it'll give you the moon and how that's resonating with you that day. So this calendar, guys, is $5 a month. It's very inexpensive. You can come here and plan your whole year. You can look at every day you want to look at, and it'll give you what you need. So I just really wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of the calendar. um, how to register for it. And then if you ever come on here and forget your password or whatever, you can reset the password. This is the members access area, so you can get to your account, your login. You can register down here. This is the get to the member access page, which is this page we're on, and then this is to reset your password. So again, this is a $5 subscription. So feel free to come check out the new website. I'm going to go back to the preview calendar real quick to show you guys the to show the people who weren't here. This right here will give you guidance for the 1 through 9 cycle. It's basic, but it give you the basic idea of what needs to go on. Okay. So again, I really want to thank you, Quintella. Did you want to give me your birthday and I can pop it in for you if you want? And if you want to look at a day, since you're on here with me, why don't you go ahead and pop it in? And then we can see what your personal energy factor is, and we can, give you some insights for January. So go ahead and pop that in for me. And I'm just going to put in January 1st for you. And if anybody else is in the audience, if you want to pop your birthday in, pop your birthday in. And I'll give you your personal energy factor, and we will look at, which energy you're going to be in. Okay. So she's January 31st. Okay. So I'm not going to put your year in for this one, but that's good to have. So you're January 31st. So you are an Aquarius. Yes, baby. You're an Aquarius 4 person. So you're a double Aquarius. So you got double Uranus energy. You also have Saturn energy. So, some things that could, be coalescing with your energy there. So let's calculate for you and see what you're going to be doing. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, Quintella. So your personal energy factor is a 5. So what that tells me is the first portion of your life up to between 28 and 30 something years old, your life dealt with a lot of changes, maybe a lot of relocation, maybe moving around. I don't know if one of your parents were in the military and you moved to bases or whatever, or you guys moved around a lot. But that could have been going on. You could have been dealing with a lot of risk in your first 28 years, dealing with the public a lot. You probably were exposed to a lot of opportunities for short term travel, or like I said, those relocation energies. So for January, you're going to be going into a 6 personal year. Okay. And I just did this for January 1st. So on January 1st, of course, it's going to be a 1 year, 11/2 month, and a 3 day. I got to fix that because I want that to say 11. And then personal energy, you're going to be in a 6 year, a 7 month, and an 8 day. So you're starting off the year in the year for you, you're in an out year because 6 is an out year. You're going to be dealing with home, family, and community this year. Whatever you did last year in your 5 year, you're going to need to make adjustments for this year. You're going to have to balance the energy. So, balancing things between your home and your work, with your family. Could be something with your community. You might want to change your appearance this year. You might want to like change your hairstyle, or you're go on a diet, or change the way you dress. So these are the things that you have to look forward to in this 6 year. This is also a good year. I'm not even reading the upcycle guidance. I'm giving you a reading right now. Um, so this is also a year that you're going to want to maybe do some self improvement. So this might be a year that you're thinking about going back to school to get a certificate, or to take a class, or improve yourself in some way. Or you might be improving your home in some way, or your office, or moving your home, moving to a new home. You might be doing something like that this year. But one thing that is for sure in the 6 year, adjustments will need to happen. Adjustments will need to be made. And then entering in January, you're going into a 7 month. So that's a very introspective month. So this first month is going to be you probably kind of being introspective. And it's a good time for you to take that time at the beginning of the year, Quintella, to look at what you want to do, to look at how you want to, you know, like a draft plan for this year, for your 6 year. Take that 7 month to think about that. Don't let the 7 month overtake you. You overtake it, and you do that by you know, being quiet, keeping to yourself mostly for the month as much as you can, get as much quiet time as you can, spend as much time in water as you can. So if you can take a bath instead of a shower every day this month in January, that would do you good and would do you good if you're in that bathtub for 30 to 60 minutes by yourself. Get the other elements around you, light a candle, light an incense, and bring some crystals. Um, Sit in discernment with yourself and get your, you know, manifest what you want, but think positively, because the seven is you don't chase. So don't chase anything. You start the year off kind of slow, and just take to yourself. Great. I'm glad to hear that. But I didn't even read what the website's telling you. I mean, I gave you a reading, so the website's telling you exactly the same thing that I told you, a more in-depth reading, because the website's just telling you what to do for that day. But you're going to be having an eight personal day tomorrow. So that is a powerful day for you. The day is there for you to kind of, like watch what you would. Don't be too like over, greedy about things that day for your money and power, but just make sure you're looking at your money situations that day. You might be encountered by some people who are either a Capricorn or an Aquarius tomorrow. Those might be the people who are attracted to you and who you're attracted to. So you might be able to look out for that. And then tomorrow, let's just see where the moon is going to be. Yep, we're in the Gemini moon for the new year, and of course that's the air element. And for you, it's a lighter resonance day, since that your birthday reduces to a 4. Um, and the 4 and the 5, they get along well enough. They're both the air numbers, but it won't be a overly active day for you. But you do want to keep your thoughts positive, because Gemini, that's mental activity, it's thoughts, it's communications, it's exchange. And with that 7 personal month you're in, you want to keep those thoughts positive. Okay. All right. Let's look at Ellen. Oh, you're Gemini rising as well, so that's even more significant. So that moon will be significant for you then. So make sure, so since you are Gemini rising, so that moon is significant for you. So you do want to make sure that you're thinking positively tomorrow. Okay? So just keep yourself positive and work on a plan that you want to do, and with the things that you want to kind of tackle for yourself this year. And if they have to do a business, that's even better for you to kind of take a look at them tomorrow on your 8th day. Okay. So let's look at Ellen Morris. Hi, Ellen. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for being on the site and showing love on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I do so much appreciate you for that. So July 18th, if that's you, you are a Cancer number 9 person. Okay. So with that, you are led with the moon and you're led with Mars, which is a little bit of an opposition. Okay. So some with that energy you might feel that, but you're very creative. That your key numbers are the 9, 6, and 3. You're a very creative person. Um, Probably very artistic in some way. Um, Maybe an actor or a play, something with a play, TV, painting, acting, something like that. The 9 is very highly artistic. But let's put your birthday in so we can get your factor. And I mean, I know your factor, but we're going to do it on the calculator because I want the calculator to show its stuff. So we're just doing everybody for the first of the month, the first day of the month. So you're a personal energy factor number 7. So congratulations, because you survived your 7 personal year this year, Ellen. You had a tough year this year. This was a tough year for you to be a 9 universal year with a 7 personal year. The 7 is very introspective. It makes you look at yourself in ways that you might look at someone you don't like, someone that you're critiquing, someone that you're overanalyzing. But the way I think that people should do in a 7 year, you should be observing but not absorbing, because in that 7 energy, things that are hidden usually come to the surface. So that could be anything. It could be people, places, things, secrets, family heirlooms, whatever. Something hidden came to the light. Um, but if it was something that, upset you, you should just observe it and don't absorb it. You should reflect on the things you're analyzing that are coming up in your mind, reflect on those things, and then work on ways to perfect those things. Okay, so don't get too enthralled in that seven energy. It's a tough year. So the good part about that is this year you're going into your bounce back year. You've just gone through two out cycles. You've gone through 6 and 7. Those are two out cycles. Now you're back in the 8 year. You're in bounce back energy. So this is going to be a pretty good year for you. I would say this is a year that the things that you've been working on for the last 7 years, you're going to start to kind of see them harvest for you this year and coalesce. Where you've been feeling down and out for the past year, that energy is going to be gone. Like you're going to feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. You're going to feel more clear about the things that you may want. It's a relationship cycle. So, you might get some old flames popping up this year, especially with that 8, because that brings back, it's like a ancestral number and it brings back like old things to the surface. So you might get some new flames, some old flames popping up for you this year. Okay. And then you're going to, for January, you're going to be in a 9 personal month. So that tells me that, if you didn't, whatever you didn't end this year, this month of January is a good chance for you to just end that stuff. Things that you've been thinking about, you've been on the cusp about ending, end them in January. It's your 9 personal year. So you're going to have the gumption to go ahead and make sure that you end those things. Okay. Let me look at your stuff down here. So, of course, we have the same moon, and that moon is going to be a light resonance for you since your birthday is a 9. And then let me see. You say you have twins. You have so the funny thing, Ellen, about having twins is even though they have the same birthday, they're different because they weren't born at the same exact time. So they would have a different rising sign. They may have a different rising sign or they may not. Some of their planets may be in a different place, some may not, because they're twins, because they obviously can't come out at the exact same time, right? And then the other important thing to understand when you have twins is their names, because again, with numerology, remember, it's your full date of birth and your full name at birth. So you named your kids two different things. So depending on what your kids' names are, um, will denote their how their behavior is, the things that they do, the things that they like, their strengths and their weaknesses, the things that they're good at and the things that they may not be too good at. And let's pop this in. So your twins are Scorpios. They're born on October 24th. That's Scorpio season. They are Scorpio number 6 people. Okay, their key numbers are the 6, 9, and 3. So you probably get along with your twins very well. You guys have the same numbers, they're just in different orders. Okay, let's calculate. You are personal energy factor 7. I'm sorry, the kids are also too. Your kids are also a 7. So you and your children are on the same cycle. So you probably really do get along with your kids. But the thing is with this, since you guys are all in the same cycle, it could get very tumultuous sometimes because when you guys are all on like last year, I don't let me see how old they are. Oh, they're older, 1973. Okay. So you're older now, they're probably out the house or whatever. But when you got like that 7 year that you guys were in last year, you guys all were in the 7 year last year. So you and your kids probably had somewhat of a tough year last year, where you were kind of really a little hard on yourselves. You were introspective and looking at, your actions and looking at the things you've been doing and second guessing yourself and doubting yourself. That can often happen in that 9 cycle. I mean, sorry, in that 7 cycle. So again, your children are in the same exact personal cycle as you. You guys have the same personal energy factor. Theirs is just a 34/7. I think yours was a 25/7. But all of that means is, and so then let me give you the same thing I did for Quintilla. So for you and for them, the first 28 years of you guys' life was maybe a little introspective. People might have thought like maybe a little weird of a child, maybe because you didn't do things that the other kids probably wanted to do or tried to do. You probably were a big reader, big learner, knowledge seeking in your first 28 years. So these are the types of things that, numerology can uncover for you guys. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about this calculator. So you guys can come, again, like I said, and purchase the subscription, and it gives you all of this information. It's only $5 a month, very affordable. So I hope you guys like it. And again, don't forget about the numerology aspects with Whammy. Um, Ellen, I would tell you to come to the website and go to the numerology aspects and put your son's names in here. Okay, put their name right here and their birthday, and then that way you can get what their differences are. Okay, so you do just have to put your email address in order to get that. Great, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys. And honestly, you guys, let me get this off the screen real quick. So I can come back up and talk to you guys. So, this we are on the precipice, you guys, and this is why that I took my time in my one personal year, this year, 2025, because I was in the 9-1 up cycle. We were on a 9 universal year this year, but I was in my one personal year. So I was charged to do something new, start a new beginning, a new idea, do something that's stepping out on my own and kind of building myself up for my next 9 years, which is exactly what all of us have to do starting tomorrow. Collectively, as a collective, we all have to start, um, aligning ourselves with our numbers so we can be awakened, right? So we can ascend because the earth is ascending to the 5D, right? It's going from the 3D to the 5D. We don't want to be left behind with very low vibrations. And the way that you do that is by knowing thyself. And that's by getting your numbers, and just making sure you know. And if you get the numbers on my website and you don't understand something, you can text me and I'm happy to explain it to you. But then I want you guys to make sure that if you have other things that you need clarity about, or you're confused about, or things that you are unsure about, get with me. If you can't afford a full session, get with me and let me know what you're going through. And then I will know what you need, and then we can work something out from there. Because, one thing that I want to tell everybody that's subscribed on my channel right now, um, money is not the currency for this planet. Okay. So just get that out of your head. Money is not the most important thing on this planet. It's not the currency on this planet. You can't take money with you when you die. You can't heal your body with money. So that should tell you right there that that's not the currency of the planet. The currency of planet Earth is love and energy. Okay. So we need to make sure that we are loving one another, taking care of one another, and not trying to shortcut each other. Okay. And not trying to box each other out. This is a huge world. There's a 8 billion of us in this world. It's time and space for all of us to win. And when you're dealing with me in Numeralytics, that's what you're getting. I want you to win. I want you to be successful. I want you to know thyself. I want your kids to know who they are. I want all of our kids to know their numbers. Okay. I want them to grow up knowing this. I want you to know what your baby girl's number is so you can know what kind of toys to get for her. So you know what she likes or what her energy resonates her to. Okay. So this is the stuff that I'm doing is to change the world. It's not to make money. It's not to get your subscription and do this. Of course, I want to do those things, but I'm here for the collective. I'm here to help the collective. I'm not here to shade other people. I'm not here to steal ideas and do this and do that. I'm not here for that. So whatever, and I don't knock people who are here for that, because guess what? At the end of the day, we all got to be true to who we are. So if that's who you are, then be who you are. But just know that those are the type of people that you're going to attract to you. So if you're being that way, you're going to attract negativity. So I just want people to be positive. I want them to know who they are, know their numbers, and that's why I did all this on the website. The Whammy calculator tells you a lot. I do have a Whammy relationship calculator that you can get for a session. So if you want to know how your whammy stacks up to someone else's whammy, you book that session and we look at everything and we break it down. And trust me, when you have a session with me, you're thoroughly informed. You're thoroughly informed. I break things down for you. You get a beautiful report. Your instructions are all on there. Your numbers are there. The information's there. You get a beautiful keys chart that goes along with it. So I do the right thing by the people. That's what I'm here for. I'm a Life Path 9, and I'm here to be a spiritual teacher for you guys. That's what my purpose on this planet is to do. So I do as much research as I can. I study with the best. I get the books, I read, I learn, and I try to have discernment for myself so I can come on here. And that's where I've been since August. I started my 1 year off great doing the show. We were out here, we were doing the show a lot, which was great. It helped build the channel up. But then in August, I had to get my clarity and really put myself on the correct path, not just for me, but for you guys. Y'all, it's for us. It's for the collective, and that's what I did it for. So, whoever don't like that, they don't have to like it. That's what we're here for at Numeralytics. So everyone has their own thing. That's what my thing is. That's what you'll always get from me. I'm very sincere. I'm not going to lie to people. I'm not going to try to extort money from people and do all this crazy nonsense that some people are out here doing, um, holding your spiritual energy and spiritual knowledge and information hostage for $1. Like I don't do that. I don't do that here. So you're not gonna get that here. You come to my channel, you're getting me authentically. I'm human. I make mistakes. I've made mistakes on the shows. I've made mistakes. All of us have. But the way that you're measured is not by the mistake you made. You're measured about how you get back up and you rebound and you respond to those mistakes and you respond and you bounce back. Just like that 8 energy that Ellen's going into and her sons. They're going into 8 energy. It's bounce back energy. It's get yourself back up and dust yourself back off energy. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do as a family, you guys. We got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and keep on going. And one easy way to do that and put some order to the chaotic universe that we live in is by knowing thyself, knowing thy core 5, okay? Knowing thy cycle, knowing thy pinnacle, knowing thy challenges, knowing thy essence, knowing where you are on your roadmap. Where are you? Are you right here at the beginning? Are you halfway through? Are you on the third quarter? Or are you on your last leg? And even if you're on your last leg, there's important things that you're supposed to do during that time too. So don't get it twisted. We come into this world, with a soul contract of what we wanted to come back here to do. It's what we wanted to come back here to do. But we forget it. So we can have a remembrance of it through numerology. So that's what that's for. So I got real passionate for a minute there. Um, I'm just really honestly, I'm happy to be back live with you guys. I've missed going live so much. And I really am appreciative to the people who tuned into the live. I hope you guys love the website, the calculator, the cards. I'll just show a card while I got some people on here. The Libra card, I think, is my favorite card. It's so pretty because Libras are so pretty and cute, and they always look aesthetically nice, right? They're all Libras and number 6 people. So these are the cards. Let me get the Gemini card. Um, The cards are really beautiful, and I'm really so proud of these cards. Again, this was a master number 11 spiritual download that I had in October, which was preview season for me for this year. So if I came up with this in October, just in my 11 personal month, imagine what I'm about to come up with in my 11 personal year. And that's what you guys have to look forward to. That's why I come and share this stuff with you so you guys can see we all can do this. It ain't just me. It's whatever you're into and whatever you like. When you're going through these energies, you need to tap into these and extract the energy so you can get stuff like that done or stuff like whatever it is in your niche that you do, right? And that's what we can help you with. We can help you with that. And make sure you have a roadmap to your energy. So that's what it's about. I'm just so grateful for everyone. I'm grateful for all that I've learned through this journey. And I'm so grateful to learn more. And I'm grateful for 2026 coming in so we can really, um, uh, you know, ascend. We really need to ascend ourselves to the next level. And really that's what it's all about. So I'm going to get off of my soapbox real quick. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop the link to the website in the chat. And also don't forget, I got the fashion sheet. I got the fashion frequency lab um that you guys can go purchase clothes from. Here, let me share it real quick for people who weren't on here because we got some people now. And there's a discount right now. So here, it's 10% off if you use the code LWL 2025. That was from when I was on Lloyd's show. So you can come here. This you can shop your frequency. Right now, I'm still building the frequencies up. So right now I just have frequency 1 or 2, but you can come get a Queens Up shirt. We got Queens Up t-shirts, necklaces, tote bags, sweatshirts, hoodies. Our royalty rules, which is royalty rules, is respect, uplift, love, empower, support. That's the original royalty rules. I have an alternate here: righteousness, universal, love, energy, and spirit. We have the We Are the Bag merch. That is the Black American Greats. Okay, because we are great people, despite what lies have been told about our history. And that's going to get straightened out this year, too, because we're already on the precipice of that. So there's going to be a lot of changes happening with this new year. But again, make sure you tune into the full forecast that'll be out on my channel tomorrow. There's going to be 2 forecasts dropping tomorrow, one for just astronumerology, and then I got one that's astronumerology. They're both astronumerology. But the second one is more like astrological. So we're actually looking, and it's so cool because no one else is really doing this. We're looking at the transits, the major transits, because there's a lot of transits. We're looking at the major transits for 2026 in conjunction with the universal month. So I did that. So that's going to drop tomorrow. You got the old school Numeralytics merch here with my old logo. We got Kings Up, which is for the men. So there's some Kings Up merch up here, some more Queens Up stuff. And respect, uplift, love, empower, support. That's our royalty rules. Then I do have peace, love, and happiness. You can get a mug or a sweatshirt. This is our Justice on Earth merch. Okay, so that just means that we will have justice on planet Earth before it's all said and done. And then this is just more of the royalty rules stuff. So you can see we got all the colors you want. Okay, and I think that's mostly everything. I got some BTV stuff up here too. Okay, so you can come get your king something. You got a man, come get him a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, or a towel, or whatever you want to give him. You can come get a gift, and it's all 10% off. Okay. The other thing is I do have a discount on the keys chart. But in order to get the discount on the keys chart, yes, I'm going to put it in there. If you want the discount on the keys chart, that's what I was trying to come get the website. You have to text me for that because if you buy it through the website, it's the discount's not going to be on there. You have to come to me to get the discount. I think I'm giving a 20% discount on our keys chart. Let me put this in here. But in order to get the discount, you have to purchase something. So either a birthday card, which the birthday cards are right here, and it tells you how to purchase them right here. And if you're confused about that, text me on the moon line. And for some reason, I don't see Libra up there, which is weird because I know it was up there. So I have to double check that and make sure Libra's up there. So you can either buy a card or you can buy a bear. Okay, the bears, or you can buy the Cosmic Cub, or you can buy a journal. Or you can get the subscription to the calendar that we just looked at. If you get that subscription to the calendar, it's 20% off of your keys chart. Okay. So I'll just pull this up real quick so we can see what the keys chart. The keys chart is going to introduce you to your energy. It's the shortest, cheapest chart that I have right now. It's $100, but if you do a purchase, you get 20% off of that. So, but again, you have to let me know that you're doing that. So to let me know on the moon line. If you do it through the website, you're not going to get the discount because I don't have it set up like that on the website. Okay. But you can come here and get the keys consult. And honestly, the keys consult, it's not just you just getting that little keys chart, you're getting that, but you're also getting your individual frequency, the background information on it. You're getting your life path and the background information on it, and you're getting just the expression number. So you're getting 3 out of 5 chord numbers with a keys chart. So you're like halfway there. But the keys chart is an introductory chart to introduce you to your energy, if you don't know it. So very nice, very good. I just want to make sure everyone knows where to go. On my website, you can come again, get to that free fashion frequency lab. I know it says Be Smart Clothing because that's my old handle for it. But you can come on the first page and hit this button and it'll take you to the fashion frequency lab. Okay. All right. So let me get this down and then I'll come say goodnight to you guys. I want to really thank everyone who's tuned into the live right now. Um, please subscribe. Please share my channel with whoever you think will like it. Because honestly, like I said, um, I'm going to have a lot of content for you guys in 2026. Want to build things up. We want to build the channel up. I want to build up the services that I can offer for you guys. I want to do some in-person stuff. I can come speak. If you have a wedding, a baby shower, a bridal shower, whatever, an event, I can come speak. I can come do people's numerology right there in the room. We can do like quick, do a quick keys session, quick chart like I just did for Quintella and Ellen. So if you guys are interested in that, come to my website, fill out one of the forms, just hit me up or you can text me on the moon line. But I really want to thank you guys for being here. I want to tell you that you are all so special. Okay. 2026 is going to be a magnificent year. Okay. Even if you're going into a 7 personal year, if you know what energy to that you're facing, then you can handle it. Okay. So if you don't know, come get with me so we can help you handle that. But I want to say peace. I want to say love. I want to say kings and queens up to the nation. I want to let everyone know that kings and queens up means that the kings and the queens understand their power, their purpose, and their position. Okay. If you understand those 3 things, and it's queens and kings up to you. That means no hating on others, not being envious of others. That means royalty rules. You respect, you uplift, love, empower, and support each other. That's it. That's royalty rules, and that's kings and queens up. It goes hand in hand. And that's what I that's the way I live. You can ask anybody that knows me. You can my friends, people, even people who hate me, people who don't like me no more. I bet you they can't say that I did them this or I did them that because I don't do that stuff to people, even when they do it to me. So this is what we all have to learn. You never let other people take you out of your character. You just don't do it because people will try it. People are miserable, and we know misery loves company. So as long as you don't let others take you out of your character, you've done a great job today. And I'm proud of you. Okay. And I love you. And I will you to have a awesome, spectacular, independent, fresh, new, one universal year. I had my 1 personal year already. It's over. Today is the last day. Okay. So anything that y'all didn't get rid of it today. Get rid of it today. And then you do have the first 3 months. Okay. You got to March. But after March, baby, it's a wrap. If you don't get rid of that thing by March, you're stuck with it. So you're gonna have to figure out how to handle it. Okay. So just do what you gotta do. Stay true to yourself and stay true to each other. That's all we can do on this planet. Peace, love, much respect. Happy, prosperous new year. Tune into Numeralytics tomorrow for all of the forecasts that I have coming up. And I gotta say peace and love to Janice. I love that queen. She'll tell you, she'll tell you about Whammy. She will tell you about Whammy in my session. So it is what it is. Like I said, I'm a very genuine person. I'm not out here to steal from nobody. Okay? That's just it. You deal with me and you're getting who what you see right here. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you the answer that I to my best of my ability. Okay? Okay, I'm not perfect. I don't know it all. I didn't invent it all. You know what I'm saying? But I work with what I got. I work with what I got. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do on this planet. Work with what you got. So, Janice, I was telling everybody about Whammy. We went over the calculator. We went over the cards. We looked at all that kind of stuff. We looked at the cosmic calendar that I had that people can go on and subscribe to for $5 a month. And that's basically all I did. I just wanted to come talk to y'all and tell y'all, thank y'all for supporting me, everybody for supporting me this year. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm looking forward to our next year together and to see, how this stuff is going to unfold because there's a lot of drama coming up for next year, astrologically speaking, of course. So we need to really just be prepared. Just be prepared. But that's it. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Everyone have a great night. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Be safe. That's all. Just make it till tomorrow. You want to make it to see the new year. So make sure you're safe. And I hope that everyone has a peace and blessed night. I love you guys. Please leave me comments on my YouTube. I'll answer back, if you like the shorts and all the stuff, but we're gonna have a lot more content for you. I'm coming out with a lot of stuff. And one thing about me, baby, I am the sun and the moon. I'm a Leo too. I'm the sun and the moon. Now, I bringeth the light, whether it's daytime or nighttime. I'm bringing the light stuff. And others aren't going to like that. And that's okay. We ain't doing this for others. We doing this for our conscious, for our collective, for our you, my universal supreme. So you guys get me all hyped up. I love you. I'm going to be coming live. So make sure you tuned in because one thing about me, I love doing live. Okay. I don't mind doing a recorded video to make sure everybody got what they need and all that. That's great. I want to do that too. So I'm going to be doing a recorded stuff for you guys, that you can go back and make sure you just watch what you want to watch it through. But the lives is where we all come alive because look at you guys. You're in the audience talking. That's getting my juices running. That's getting me to think about things. You're putting your birthdays in. So I'm giving you that. So I love the lives. I love the interaction. I love the exchange. So keep it coming. And I'm going to keep the lives coming. I have to figure out a day of the week that's better for us to do a live. I used to do them like on Friday night lives to kind of get some of that Venus love on the Friday night. But we'll see how it goes. And I have some other conflicts on Fridays sometimes, so I don't know if that's a great day for it. But we'll figure it out. I'll probably just do a few and we'll see how it goes to see which night is the best night to do it. But anyway, I've been on here long enough. It's going on an hour and 10 minutes. And it's going on 8 o'clock. And my black eyed peas are on the stove. I can smell them. So I hope they ain't, boiling over. But they're on low, so they should be fine. But thank you guys so much for being here for the live. And I wrote out everything with the website. Any questions, you can email me at melinda@numeralytics.net, or you can just visit the site and do what you got to do. Or you can text me on the moon line, just say whatever. I'll text back. I like texting. So 302-492-7722. Peace, love, kings and queens up to the universal supreme. Happy, prosperous, one universal year. It's going to be a doozy, guys. I hope you're all ready for it and I hope you're prepared. Okay. And if not, you stick around on Numeralytics and I'm going to get us prepared. Okay. I'm going to get us ready. We're going to do it together. Okay. So I love you guys. Peace, love, and prosperity. Phone is falling all over the place. Sorry. All right. Have a good one. Love you guys. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys 2026. Okay. 2026. Here we come.